This is the Walther Q4 SF optics ready. Essentially, the gun nobody asked for, but I'm glad they made. So, it's 2022. We are in the age of the concealed carry guns, super small, high capacity concealed carry guns that everybody loves. They're made of plastic, they shoot well, they're great, there's nothing wrong with them. However, they can be a little boring sometimes. And for the most part, they do their job exactly the way you want them to. They're very functional. We've kind of driven guns into this utility functional area that I personally don't have a problem with per se, but I fell in love with shooting before I fell in love with concealed carry. And for me, shooting was an escape. It was something to experience, to enjoy. It wasn't just functionality for the sake of functionality. And that's where the Q4 SF comes in. For me, the Q4 SF is a gun that really makes no sense to be made from a business standpoint in this day and age. It is a completely still frame gun that is about mid-size and has a capacity of 15 rounds. Now, I have the Q5 extended magazine, I think 17, 18 rounder in here, which it fits just fine and actually looks damn good. But truth be told, no one asked for this. But I don't think we needed to. I think we needed to have it because, quite frankly, we've lost sight of what shooting is supposed to be, which is complete and utter enjoyment. Especially with the gun that can shoot as well as this gun. I honestly have never felt more confident shooting a gun than I do this gun. There are some other guns I feel pretty confident with, but because of the excessive weight, this is like what, 40 ounces or whatever. It's heavy, but it's stout, it's dense. It's unapologetic for what it is. It is a still frame gun that shoots exceedingly well. Especially when you throw this red dot on here. As some of you know who followed my journey with red dots, I've kind of gone back and forth with red dots.
The guns look great and shot great, but I still preferred my iron sights, and that's exactly what I told them.
Because I'm seeing communication in my movements in that red dot, it's making me insecure about my pull on the trigger.
Yeah.
And so with the sights, they kind of give me a false sense of security with the irons, where I don't see or notice the movement, and then therefore I don't overthink it. I'm a habitual overthinker.
To be honest, this is one of the very few guns I don't want it without a red dot. Not because it's bad without a red dot, but because the red dot suits this gun so well that I legitimately feel way more comfortable shooting this gun with a red dot than I do without one. And it just, what it is, it's balance. It's balance. You see here with the red dot, with this Leupold Delta Point Pro in this sexy FDE color, I might add. It goes pretty well with my grips as well too. We'll get to these grips later. With this Delta Point Pro, sitting where it's sitting, and then plus the weight of this gun, most of the weight is sitting right here. So when I'm going to shoot the gun, this gun is stacked center, all the way to stacked center, and it comes back, balances out perfectly, comes back, minimizes muzzle flip on the firearm. And I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that it's not that long of a barrel. A lot of people like these super long barrels, and they're like, give me long barrels. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I like guns that naturally sit flat. And when you have a barrel that's too long, you start to get this flippiness that I don't like. But with this gun, you don't get any of that. It just sits, and I can shoot so fast. I mean, geez, let's take a walk and see how far I am and where I'm shooting. Let's go. Let's take some steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. This is the size target that we're shooting at. That is not a big target. And I'm roughly 25 yards. 25 yards, and I could just sit on that target and shoot so disrespectfully. You can't say that about a lot of guns. You just can't. Here, I'll show you. We'll do it right now. Come back 25 yards, see how many rounds I have.
While I try to figure out how many rounds I have left in my gun, I want to take some time to thank today's sponsor, CF Moto. CF Moto makes quality ATVs and side-by-sides at prices that are the best on the market. In 2020, their C-Force 1000 Overland was voted ATV of the Year by ATVillustrated.com. So, if you're looking for a quality ATV or side-by-side at an affordable price, be sure to check out cfmotousa.com.
Let's go. Let's just count it. That's f***ing ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's nuts. It's nuts, and I love it because it just makes shooting fun for the sake of being fun. Like, yes, okay, this could be a great competition gun. It serves as a great competition. I love it. Yeah, great. That's fine. It's supposed to be a concealed carry gun or a carry gun, which is you're pushing it considering the weight. I personally would go with a compact PDP over this for a concealed carry standpoint. But to just wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna go shoot. I'm just gonna pick a gun and I'm gonna go shoot. And I wanna enjoy the shooting process. I don't wanna strain myself to shoot well. I just wanna enjoy the shooting aspects. I wanna make myself feel good about hitting targets from stupid distances. This is the gun you would take with you. This would be it. Yes, functionally, right? Let's go over some of the stuff, right? These grips are phenomenal, right? These aren't the standard grips that come with the gun. I actually swapped them out for a little more of an aggressive style grip, but even the grip that came with the gun, perfect. They work just fine. Of course, you have your magazine release, your standard garden variety magazine release. The older PPQs had the kind of European style that you would have here at the trigger guard. Now, let's talk about this trigger, shall we? This trigger is, it's good, but not in the way that you think. So the trigger has a nice little smooth take up. It's smooth. That's what Walthers are known for. The triggers being exceedingly smooth. This one is smooth. I felt smoother. I think the PDPs are actually smoother, but this is really smooth. And then you have your brake, but what's crazy is this reset. And this reset, the reason why it's crazy is because it's kind of springy. Like, it's not that it's a short reset. It's only short because it's springy, because it almost pushes against your finger. So it almost forces you to reset. Here, we'll just take a couple of shots and I'll show you. So you get a right here, and then it just almost forces you. As you can see, it almost pushes my finger out. Watch it. It's almost doing that. It can seem a little disconcerting at first. But the beautiful thing about it is when trigger does that, you can do this. If you learn to ride in time, that bounce, that push, that kind of thrust that it gives you when you push the trigger, you can ride that trigger like a son of a bitch. And I tell you, you can run this gun fast. Then couple it with the fact that it is a full metal frame gun. So it's mitigating and eating up that recoil. It just allows you to just sit on target disrespectfully. And I love it. It's just enjoyable. It's like 110 million degrees out here right now. And of course we got a nice wind going, so it makes it a little bit bearable. But this makes it worth it. It makes it coming out here in the hot sun to shoot, because you walk away so happy because it makes the shooting experience so enjoyable. And it's just, even in your hand, with the ergonomics on this gun, Walther just does a great job of creating a silhouette on the grip that just works with the vast majority of people's hands. It just feels intuitive and natural. You just get your hand right under it and it just feels great. This gun is freaking, now look, the looks are debatable. I think it's a good looking gun. Do I think it's the best looking gun on the planet? No. But it's a good looking gun. And you know what makes it even look better? Is when you actually get your hands on it and you feel that it is a complete steel gun. I know that's weird how something tactile can translate to improving the aesthetics, but it does. Because from a distance, it just looks like a polymer gun. However, when you get it in your hand and you actually feel it and you feel the weight, it kind of brings you back to the days of, you know, quality. It makes you think of when cars were made out of all metal instead of this light plastic aluminum stuff. It almost, your brain doesn't even quite grasp what's going on with it. But then you start shooting it and you start shooting it more and you shoot it more. And you realize, man, this makes you fall in love with shooting, at least from a handgun standpoint. And so no one asked for this. This was, to me, questionable from a business decision to create an all metal gun in this era of plastic, super compact, high capacity guns that everybody wants for concealed carry, which I think is fine, it's great. But to come out with this, if you're a shooter, if you just enjoy shooting, you just enjoy the experience of shooting, like I do, I will shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot you out of house and home. These are one of the guns you have to have in your collection. You just have to, because it just makes the shooting experience that great. And then you would think it doesn't, but throwing the red dot on there and allowing to have the red dot optic on there, it transforms the shooting experience to something even better. So there you have it. The Walther Q4 SF, optics ready. The gun nobody asked for, but I'm damn glad they made.
You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments before, during, and even days after having to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be a very scary and nerve-wracking experience, especially if you haven't gotten the education and training you need to feel confident. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through a self-defense shooting, which is why I'm a member of the USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can eliminate some of the stress of carrying a gun for protection by accessing the amazing wealth of firearm education, training, and current state-specific gun laws of your state or states you may travel to. This can help you be prepared for, or hopefully even avoid, a self-defense incident. As a bonus, members automatically become insured on the self-defense liability insurance policy purchased by and issued to the USCCA. Click below to learn more. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button.